Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing today? Sorry for the delay, but we are here. We are here. Let's see. Salute to Dress Can Waves. Thank you for showing up, showing out. Hey, Sada, and everybody else that's here. So today we will be having Daryl Tisdale. So y'all seen the powerhouse that we had last Saturday, right? Today we have her other whole, and that is her husband, and he is a powerhouse too. If you thought she was a powerhouse, he's a powerhouse too. So without further ado, we're going to bring on our guest for today. So let's give him a warm welcome in the comments. Hey,
What's up?
hey, hey, hey.
What is going
How are
on?
you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing great for this cold, raining weather out here. But I'm doing great.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so we're going to start off, and you're going to tell me who is Daryl Tisdale.
Oh man, do people really want to know me like that? No, I'm just playing. But Darryl Tisdale, 39, been born and raised here in Greensboro, North Carolina. As y'all was my lovely wife was on here on last Saturday. My lovely wife Natasha. I am her husband. I'm that other whole of the team Tisdale all day, every day. Oh man, what Darryl Tisdale is, man, he is an overcomer. He is an overcomer. I am a person who had to learn from some pain, some hurt, some stressful moments and everything to be able to come here today and to be me, to be me, and that is Daryl Tisdale. I'm the one, as some people say, I'm the one that has no filter. I'm the one who will just go in and just wild out, and then we just gonna make it do what it do. But I promised my wife, and I promised the host and all that I'll be on my best behavior. I did. I made a promise, so I'm gonna do my best to be on my best behavior. But you know what? Hey, we always gotta be ourselves. So that's pretty much about it. I like to have fun. I mean, you know. I ain't gonna go to like the whole high school thing where I done graduated from and everything like that because no, I ain't trying to get into all that. I got some Greensboro people around here. So, it'd be like that little rival stuff going on. I ain't trying to start no stuff. All right. I'm trying to keep it,
Yeah.
trying to keep it cool and a couple static up in here. Just that's all. That's all.
Okay, cool. So, um, what do you do?
Man, right now, I am a motivational speaker. I do a podcast, Facebook Live, YouTube show called Motivated to the Max, um, which comes on Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Um, right now, like I'm also like an entrepreneur with my lovely wife Latasha, Team Tisdale Enterprise, for where we also do a Facebook show, YouTube called Kicking It with Team Tisdale. Man, what else, man? I am an author. Whoo, man, what else I got going on up in here?
Okay, so you're wearing many hats.
I got many hats, man. I'm a church boy. I do go to church, so those people like, well, he better love the Lord. I do love the Lord, and I think the Lord really loves me to keep me here right now. So praise God for that. so, like, yeah, I mean, I'm just I'm the youngest of two of my on my mother's side. I'm the youngest. My older sister, she's up there. I ain't gonna bust her age out there like that. And and everything, because I do love her. So sister, if you watch, I do love you. I ain't gonna put you out there like that. So, I'm just like Darryl is one of those. I got many hats, but also Darryl is like the family type, love to have fun, and my wife and they would tell you I'm like the overprotective person. So if we cool and I love you, then I see something wrong, then I'm gonna fight for you, even though it should not be my battle, but I'm still gonna fight for you. And everything. I mean, that's Darryl. Darryl just love, hey, that is him.
Okay. Okay, cool. So let's get into Darryl, just the man.
Whew.
Let's take the hats off. Hey, Adrian. Hey, sis. Let's talk about Darryl, the man. Tell us some of the obstacles that you have had to overcome in your life.
Oh man. For Darryl, um, and those of you all that don't know, I'm a double amputee. So double amputee. I had a thing called lymphedema. They say I still got it, but I'm claiming it in Jesus right now that it is gone in Jesus' name. Um, I've been through, had a lot of struggles in life. Darryl, the man, really did not know who he really was. So from where I had to go from like a breaking point, from where I was like dealing with some depression. I was dealing with like weakness. I was dealing with the point of like not even feeling like I was a man, like I was even like a husband or anything like that. To be able to be in that part, to be able to come through some of them obstacles from for being a W amputee, from being from the part from where man, shoot, I mean, I keep it hot, just like the way my wife said it on Saturday. From where it's like from where you're on disability and your wife is the breadwinner in the household. From where you have
Mm.
to go to that point where like, you know what? I had to put pride aside because you always say the phrase like a man don't work, they don't eat. So in my case, I didn't get the I worked out there in the field before, but then when I actually got was actually whenever God said, well, okay, I'm gonna need for you to be in home, like to be able to be at home and everything while your wife is out working. I still was home. I still was home doing what I needed. I try to clean. I try to clean up. I could now. I'm a ninja when it comes to cooking. Now I cook all day, and so I had to overcome the obstacles from where the roles have changed from where my wife is out there working, and then I can be that person that's still at home to be able to be that support and still to be like, you know what, whatever it is you got going on, I got your back. And then vice versa. Whatever it's something I want to have something going on, she got my back. And so I had to be at that point from where God really had to deal with me on my pride as a man. Come on, I'm going to go ahead and be honest. Guys, if you come up in here, you about to step on some toes because like, yo, this is what I had to go through. And so we know that you had that point from where you got to take away that pride. From where it said like, cause some of us, let's go ahead. Some of us men is at the point where like, you know what? I do not want my woman to take care of me. All right, let's go ahead and keep that real. Some of us be at the point say, look, I don't want my woman to take care of me. I'm supposed to be the one that's taking care of her. And so, like now, I'm in this role from being a double amputee to like before I even lost my legs and everything. Now I was the work. Now I went out, I worked. It was times for whatever I don't work 2-3 shifts in a day. But when my wife didn't see me for 3 or 4 days. Well, so she's like, dang, like when did you get home? I say, yeah, I'm only gonna be home for like 30 minutes and I gotta go right back to work. From where God literally had to like to shut me down and be like, look, I need for you to slow it down. Because by the same token, while I was trying to keep going, trying to do this, trying to do that, trying to do this and try to do that, Darryl was not following God. Darryl was trying to do what Darryl wanted to do. And so then, and, it's kind of funny how to wave that from where going through all my sickness and everything, and just going through life in general and everything. It was really showing me that like I had to go through this process to be a help to some other men. It's going to keep some other men from where they might be at a point, they might feel in a low stage from where they're like, you know what, like why is this person really here with me? Do they really love me for me, or they just here because like they have pity for me and everything like that? Let me tell you something. The person that's really there and they're being genuine with you and actually being there with you, that means they love you. I got a prime example, and that is my wife Latasha. And big shout out to her because she's on here right now. Because like my wife would look. people were thinking my wife was crazy to stay with me for all the stuff on what I had going on in life. And then it was that one time I was in the hospital. I think I'll never forget this thing from where my mother and my wife was talking to, they was talking. And for when my mother actually said, like, yo, I appreciate you what you do for my son. Because most women would have been done bounced on him. Would have been done left them high and dry and everything. And then all of a sudden the family gotta sit right here and clean up the mess. But this time right here, you stuck it out. And then, like, we can't even use the term like blood is sticking in water. We can't even use that term because sometimes blood don't even stick around either. Let's go ahead and keep that real too. From where you had to be at that point was like, you know what? This person really care about me. She cares about me just for me, not on what I can do. And it's kind of hard for some people not to actually see that sometimes because how the way some of us men have been raised up and everything is like, you're the one that's supposed to be working. You're the one supposed to be doing this. You need to do this. You need to do that. You got to do this. You got to do that. And I always have a time where some people always say was like, well, happy wife means happy home. That is 100% bunch of BS to me. I don't care what y'all say. If both of us is happy, then we good.
Speak to that. Speak to
If
that right
both
there.
of us is happy, then we good. Because my wife would be the one to say, well, babe, what you want? Now, whatever you want, I'm good. And then we both lying to each other. Go ahead, just go ahead and say what we want to do. And so it's like now we have to be at that point in stage. Now it's like, it's like, look, Darryl had to learn a lot. I had to really had to learn a lot. I'm still learning to this day. I'm not perfect. So don't ever think that Darryl is like the perfect husband and everything. I still got issues. My issues got issues. So it's like, it's like when you really have to like take that time and to actually, man, and some of us guys don't even want to do this. When you actually willing to open up your heart, open up your mind, man, it's like a totally whole nother experience. I mean, I could say that truly because like when I actually was able to open up, when I actually was able to like to just
What
to be like that.
I think your signal may be going out.
My signal going up. Hold up. All right, hold up. I should be good now. Am I good?
How does it sound to y'all in the comments?
Y'all good? How we sound?
Is it
Yeah, y'all
clear?
give us some feedback, man. Give us some feedback.
It's some feedback.
Oh yeah, I need that feedback with you guys. So I got
I'm gonna
one
go
person.
on mute. Let me see. You talk, and I'll see if I can still hear it.
Excuse me. You hear her? Okay, yeah, I got my admins in the background. my lovely wife is in the background. But then, like, yeah, from where that point in time, from where it's like, I really had to be willing to open up and allow God to come in. I mean, like, this is Darryl. This is like Darryl 2.0. I done been through so many like 0.0, 0.1, 1.5, and everything like that. It's like, you know what? This got to be like the final product from where you have to be able and be willing to keep on learning about yourself. That's all I got right now. So y'all can go on with the next. See, look.
Okay. So let's speak to that as a man. Having to have a role reversal, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me how that feels as a man. Um, how it really feels as a man to have to switch that role off,
Oh
and how
man.
you dealt with it.
To be honest, to be hot, honest, open, and transparent. It took a minute for me to be able to accept that. Because like I said before, it's like when you from where you've been raised from where the man is supposed to go out and work. Okay, it's something. Look, I'm the different type. I don't always believe that the women should be in the house, be cooking and cleaning all the time. We can do that thing. Look, we can do that together. Cause me, I'm the simple one say, look, you get this in right here, I got this in right here. Bam, we done within an hour or two, then boom, we can enjoy the rest of our day. Cause I'm not sitting in the house cleaning all day. That's not me. Oh no, not doing that. We can do that all day. I said, but then I had to like really learn from where, and I think it was kind of funny too, from where God was showing me how the way that like, okay, the roles had to like really change from where at one time I was working, she was in school. So then, while I was working, do whatever it is that need to be done and everything like that. And then, then she was going to school. Then all of a sudden, she started working and everything. And so then I start to get sick. My body want to start to shut down. When I mean shut down, I mean like shut down. Been times my wife have called me and found me in the home, and I'm about passed out and everything from where it's by the grace of God that somebody was able to get to me to be able to get me to the hospital, like passed out. From where God really had to show me, it was like, I made you two equal. So yes, like you're supposed to be the more strong vessel, but in the same token, from where stuff happens, she is right there to be able to help you. You can't look. All my people that is married, or you thinking about getting married and everything, it's not based on one person. This is a team thing. That's why we call ourselves Team Tisdale. This is a team thing. So if one go down, then the other one's down. Because we look at ourselves as being one, not two different individuals. We look at ourselves as being one. So from where I had to be at that point, from where God is saying, like, look, whenever God really had to show you that I had to allow this stuff to happen, just to see on what your reaction gonna be. If you say like, oh, okay, God, I'm here for you no matter what. Okay, cool. Let me switch these roles and stuff around and see how you really gonna act. Are you really gonna be still the same? Somebody, God, I trust you in everything that you do. You still gonna trust me? You still gonna give me all the praise and the honor that you say you gonna give me? Even when you working and everything, you still gonna give me that when the role changes and everything? And I said, guess what? It happened. Everything done changed up. I'm the home husband. But then at the same time, that gave me more opportunities from where, one, to spend more time with God. Two, for whatever business and stuff that me and my wife got going on, I'll be able to work and everything while she's out doing her thing. Because as you guys heard my wife from the last show on last Saturday, if you haven't, go back and go check that out, because that show was awesome. So, you know what I'm saying? From whatever she's able to go out and go do her thing, and everything, she got a husband in the back and say, yo, I got your back. Go ahead. It's going to be taken care of. I got you. Go ahead and do what you need to go do. I got you. Don't worry about this. It's taken care of. Man, that role, God really had to dig in me about this and okay. You say you trust me? You say you're gonna keep on praising me no matter what happened and everything? Here go the situation. What you gonna do? I gotta do, Lord, hey, Lord, I give this thing up to you. I ain't got no trust but to trust you. Even though things may be looking crazy and everything like that, from whatever I'm used to be able to go find a quick buck and everything, I didn't have that resource anymore. Shoot, when I was in school and everything, that man, it was nothing for me. It was nothing for me to find some gas money to put some gas in the car. It was nothing for me to be able to be like, you know what, man, we ain't got no money for no food. It took me no time to be able to go and make a quick hustle just like that to go get go get money for food. But for whatever my role had to change, and I had to strictly depend on God, and had to be like, okay, God, you got to lead me on this thing. And then another thing that really helped in that whole situation, everything. Not one time my wife my wife treated me like, no, she never belittled me. she still treated me like, okay, like, honey, like, what's the plan? Like, what? I said, well, now what? And I was gonna say, well, no, well, you tell me what we need to do, because like I was like, well, you're the one that's working. But she said no, because you're the head, you're my husband. I'm coming to you so then we can discuss this thing, so then we'll make sure that we making the right decision that's going to benefit us, not just for me, but benefit us. And that was like a big major key for me, from where that my wife never belittled me on, on not working or anything. Like until this day, she still come and say, "All right, honey, what you want to eat?" I'm like, I don't know. Well, babe, I don't know what. She said, well, "Come on, all right, well, we gotta figure out dinner. Come on." And then 9 times out of 10, I'm picking dinner. Or I don't want to go cook it or whatever like that. But for being like that, for being like that, man, yeah, it's tough. I ain't gonna say it was a walk in the park. It was tough to actually to be sitting there watching your spouse going back and forth to work every day. So this is the time when she was working like 7 days a week. From where you done had surgery, she's coming home and she's taking care of you. And plus, on the other end, she's trying to do she doing this, she doing that, she doing this, she doing that. From where she still does not belittle me and be like, you know what? You got some people today. You got some people today. If that person if that person is not able to do anything, man, they still find what to talk junk about. They still be like, oh well, you ain't this or you worthless or anything like that, man. Nah. You got a person who's gonna do you like that. Let me go ahead and tell you right now that you might want to rethink on who you hanging out with. Because a true person, a true friend, a true person that y'all really supposed to be together and everything like that, despite no matter what the situation is, look, you got each other's back no matter what. That's me. You know what I mean? That's me.
So, what are some key nuggets um, that your wife gave to you to keep you motivated during your downtime?
Man, let me tell you, it was like for the key nugget she gave me was, like I was saying before, like she never belittled me whatsoever. She always was giving me that encouraging word, like, babe, you can do this. Don't look at this right here because you can't, because of this right here. Look at it this way. So like with me, and then my wife always found like positive way to actually help keep me going, help keep me moving, and everything like that. She was one of the ones that would be like, okay, well, I know that you can't do the leg work, but then you can do this part right here on the computer. So then she still was adding me in on the stuff, like, okay, man, like, well, we gotta get this done. She did the leg work, but then I was doing the computer stuff. Well, I was making like the phone calls and everything like that. Doing like phone calls and and anything like that. And then like plus sitting there like to actually help keep me motivated and everything. She would she would be the one that went to go get my spiritual sister, Pastor Brandon Rojas, and everything to go get on me on some things. Shout out to Mastermind Life Family Worship Center. Like they be calling me up and be like, "Look, what's wrong with you for today?" And I was like, "Well, first of all," and then we had this little banter, but then the same token, they was getting on me just to make sure that, hey, you can't be in this bad moment, right? Like, look, have that moment, but don't have it long. And that's one thing that I take from Pastor Omar, Pastor Brandon Rojas, and the whole Matt's Life family is like, yo, have that moment, but don't have that moment long. God still can use you despite of whatever's going on with you. God can still use you, and don't ever forget that. And I'll tell that for anybody here today, whatever that you got going on, whatever that's something like, if you feel like because you can't do the will of the Lord because of a certain situation, I don't care if it's like because of diabetes or you don't had a stroke or you don't sit here and been through whatever situation stuff you done been through, yo, God can still use you. You have to be willing to be used. You got to be willing to be used. Man, trust me. Look. I done had lymphedema. I done had look. I done had a part where I had a vitamin K deficiency. Whenever that whenever my blood count would go low, or if it gets like a certain level, that my blood was thinking it'll cause me to get like blood clots and everything in my body. Glory to God, that's been taken away. Man, it'll be time, I done been dealing with diabetes. It'll been time for every time I've been dealing with high cholesterol. It'll been time for I done been dealing with a whole bunch of all this other mess. Congestive heart failure. And still, from where it can come up and say, like, yo, God can still use you. God can look the stuff of what you're going through right now, man. Don't you know, man? You are a testimony to somebody, but like, you know what? If they can do it, I can do it too. Because God can still use you. And the one thing I really had to learn, and that from Matt's life, and my wife really had to tell me on today, was like, yo, don't think because everything you don't went through that you don't deserve it, because you deserve it. You deserve everything what comes whenever God get ready to send your way. You deserve it. But man, in the same token, you gotta want it. And you gotta go get it. They're not gonna hand it to you like on a silver platter. Yo, you gotta go get that thing. Because the enemy's gonna try to slow you down no matter. Definitely when you getting that momentum, when you getting that momentum and being like, okay, cool. Let's go for a business and everything. You know, when you make that first sale in your business, right? And all of a sudden, a person come back and tell you, say, okay, cool. Well, since you gave me this order right here, I'm looking to make another order next month. And so all of a sudden, like, you got that person doing that order for you and everything like that. So then all of a sudden, something happened from where you can't make the order. So you got to tell the person, look, this done happened. You know, I can't make the order. And all of a sudden, you trying to get this stuff done and everything like that. But then guess what? In the same time, the guy will make a way when the person that is right there in this house say, you know what? Because you're doing great service for me, I couldn't wait for you. And then plus two, I got 2 or more people who want to order from you as well. So go ahead and get what you need to get done, and I'm about to shoot these people your phone number and everything, so then you can get their order, so then we can keep this momentum going for you. So it's like y'all you deserve it. So then everybody always know what I was gonna do and what we need to do to make things happen. So like for me, I had to learn that. I said, okay, God, I have to depend on you for you to teach me and to guide me and to download in my brain on what I need to do to make this thing happen. So it's like, we gotta, whenever that you got that momentum. And then God was saying, you know what? No, keep going. No, come on. I got you. Come on. You know how you sometimes when somebody trying to climb a mountain, and then you got that one person at the top of the mountain right there, he go God here and say, come on, I got you, let me pull you up. That's the way God wants you to look at things right now. Look, I'm about to pull you up out of this pit right here. Come on, just reach out your hand, just reach out for I'm about to pull you up out of here. That's how the way we had to look at things right now. But whenever I was down, I had my moments. I had to be at that point where God was like this, hey. And then literally God had to talk to me like this while I was in the hospital this last time. God was literally saying, like, look, either you want to live or you want to die. Which one you want? And I was in the hospital, hooked up, medicated, everything. I was right in my mind when I said, God, I want to live. So then by me saying, hey, God, I want to live, that's showing right now. Say, okay, then that means you can't give up. You got to keep on going for what you want. You got to keep on going for this thing. That's like from what I did on Motivational Mass earlier. You gotta live. You gotta live. You can't just sit there and then wither and die and then expect everything to come to you when you about to wither and die. No, you gotta live. You gotta go get that thing. Because why? Because you deserve it. You gotta live for this thing. You deserve it. So it's like, man, God really had to show me something like, y'all, you gotta live. You can't just sit there and be like, well, I'm just gonna sit right here and then, I'm just gonna just phase off on the face of the earth and everything like that. How in the world people gonna know about you that you don't face off in the face of the earth if you don't? How people supposed to know about you? How you supposed to be like that testimony for somebody if you want to sit and hide it, if you want to sit and hide it and then you don't want to live? And I ain't talking about like you trying to kill yourself. I'm talking about you just saying like you just put your hands up and say, you know what, it is what it is, and I just give up. And then that's it. That's not living. Actually, that's to me, that's how you like that's how you want to quit.
Or existing,
Right. Or
just
resist. Like,
existing.
I don't want to yeah, like I don't want to. No, like come on now. Trust me, I don't resist to some of the time. It ain't a good feeling. I'm telling you right now, it ain't a great feeling. Woo! It just be like, oh my god, like, do we really got to go through this today? But then at the same time, like, you know what? I gotta go through this process. Oh, man, I gotta go through this process for my greatness. So like, yeah, it's been a lot. I mean, it's been a lot. And then it wasn't just like in that moment when nuggets has been dropped to me. It's like nuggets been dropping like from the times in the hospital even till now. That like nuggets has been dropping for me to like to keep on going. Even like with you, like for how the way that like you drop a nugget in me one time from whatever like. And let me tell you how the nugget would really got me. Whenever you said, whenever that this show has stopped for a while and you had to get to a place of healing, that was a nugget for me right there. Because you know what? I gotta put the hardship to the side to be able to live on to keep on doing what God needs me to do. And so by you saying, you know what, I'm doing this thing back in a hill place and everything, yo, lifted me. I said, you know what? If Portia can come, if she can come back in here straight fire, I can do the same thing too. I said, but I gotta be willing to come into this thing in a hill mind and a healed heart,
Yeah.
not heart. So if my sister can come in here on fire, God doing a great work in her. Well, God, I mean, if I decide to follow you even more, like, can I have the same thing or plus more?
Mhm.
But then guess what? You gotta live.
You gotta choose. You gotta choose. Make the choice to live and not just exist.
Come
That's the
on.
thing. It's a choice. It's not. He's not gonna make you do it.
Mm-hmm.
You have a choice.
That's right.
You have a choice whether you gonna live or you just gonna exist.
Exactly.
Just existing causes health problems,
Woo.
depression, anxiety, all these things. Who wants to be sick?
Exactly.
Who wants to be sick? So let's speak to these young men out here. The internet. Listen, until I came to the internet, I guess I just was real. What they call it, green
Mm-hmm.
to or privy to how much stuff really goes on YouTube. Just YouTube alone, that platform, this platform. Um, it's so there's so much toxicity being displayed on YouTube. And there was a lot that I wasn't privy to
Right.
until I really got into doing YouTube and watching YouTube. And the whole experience, my God, just has been something. And the stuff that people put out here, the negativity, the doxing, I mean, it's just a lot. And I'm just like, why? Why can't we put out positivity? Why we can't laugh a little, love a little? You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's just it's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's disgusting, and I just want you to speak to the young men out here. You know, we have the negative side. Let's get them some positivity.
Man, let me tell my young man something. Um, and in all honesty, like you have to find that right person who's gonna help put positive into you. That's gonna be that one that's gonna be like, hey. You don't have to go this route. You don't have to, you don't have to do this or anything like that. And I can say for some men out here, like for me, I didn't have my father around like that. I'm just gonna go ahead and be 100% honest. I didn't have my father around like that. I was, I had my uncles and like and my cousins and everything like that. But I really didn't have like my father around. But from where it had to get to a place, from where and then it kind of like for me like doing all the negative stuff, like putting up all negative stuff and everything, it didn't really work because you live in a household full of women and everything. So it's like so you understand it from where how trying to like you can't like really like from where you gonna sit right there and degrade women. I mean that just didn't work. I mean that ain't work. That's definitely wasn't gonna work for me or anything like that because like I had people who be like, what, I still knock you out. That my older sister and all that. But in that same token, from where I had to get from where like when you get to that point from where that you're when that you actually have that good friend or that good buddy is gonna be that want to be like, yo, who really want to like make that change and to make that difference in life. And I have like I got two good friends, two good guy friends. And that is my boy DJ Justice and my other boy JD. And DJ Justice, he was like he was my road dog. He was the one like we always went to go do something. That was my boy I always rode with. And so me and him was sitting there, we was talking because like he was in like in the music game and he was in like everything. I mean, he was in like most of the stuff on what some of us young men is are today. From whenever he had some stuff went on with him and everything, and he came back and he was like, you know what? I am tired. I am tired from where people is always gonna label me as like this hard-headed, knucklehead person who ain't gonna do nothing right. Well, guess what I'm gonna do, bro? I said, what you gonna do? I said, I'm about to change up some things. And so I was like, well, okay, pop me for a loop or whatever like that. I'm like, we never don't have no discussions like this, but okay, since we want to have this discussion, let's have this discussion. And so he was like, yo, so he was like, he said like, I gotta change up on some of the things on what I'm doing. And so he was like, from where it was like, like instead of like disrespecting my mom or anything like that, like, yo, like I have to be at that point and be like, yo, like, well, okay, mom, I got you. I'm gonna make sure everything's good and everything like that. And then also it's gonna be at this point right now, gonna be like, yo, it's like I really have to change up on how the way that I gotta change on how the way some people see on what they're calling us right now. Like we're gonna be the type of people who are we gonna be ending up in jail or doing this right here. We're gonna be caught be smoking, drinking, doing whatever. Like, he said, you know what, man, look, I don't want to be a statistic no more. He said, let me go ahead and change the statistics about us men. Okay, let me go ahead and change the statistics up. He said, so then like guess what? He made some changes in his life. And so I'm saying this to some of my young men as well. Are you willing to look? Are you willing to be a different statistic than what people say that we are right now? I know, like for me, like I really had to change up my statistics and everything. I was like the at home person and everything. So some people think like, I'm like the person like I was no good, I couldn't do this or anything like that. But I had to change up some things on some people. I said, well, you know what? Well, we got this thing going right here. We got this going right here. We got this going right here. I got this going on right here. I'm handling like this. I'm the person who's handling all this right here. I'm gonna do this. I gotta do this. And so everybody sitting right here watching is like, wait a minute, you doing all this while you at home? And I was like, yeah, because I'm not just a person who just sit at home playing on his Xbox and stuff all day. I used to be, but I'm not that no more. I gotta be that person be willing to change. I gotta be the person that like I'm willing to like make that difference. It was a show I always used to watch when I was a kid, and it was Knight Rider. If everybody know Knight Rider, but put that in the comments that you know about Knight Rider. And so like with Knight, how to show you had to show you had Michael Knight, and you always said at the end he said one man can make a difference. I had to look. I had to get that mindset. You know what? I can make a difference somewhere. I can make some type of difference. And so that was hence on why I started up doing podcasting and then, starting to come on YouTube and everything like that. I said, because look, I said, because if one person can make a difference, okay, cool. Look at it like this. When Jesus died on the cross for all of our sins, he made a difference. He was that one person that made a difference for everybody. Now, I ain't trying to be like Jesus. I love y'all, but I gotta get to that point where I'm going to die on the cross for everybody. I gotta get there. I ain't there yet. But then that same token that was like, yo, if Jesus could sit right here and die on the cross for all of my sins, why can't I be that one person that would help make that difference to be able to help that person when they're going through something? Why can't I be that one person? And I always have this saying. I was always saying sometimes, when people like first get to know me and everything like that, I said, yo, I don't care what time of night it is, yo, you got an issue, you better call me. I don't care what it is. Call me. You better call me. I don't care if it's 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, you better call me. You better message me, something like that. And my phone go to voicemail, and just call right back. And then I know that they're going to pick up the phone. And then that was the mindset that I had a chance to, I had to change my whole mindset. Say, you know what? I can make a difference. I am willing to make some changes in me to be able to help make a difference for these young men out there, or for just for people in general. So when people look at me right now, yes, I know what I like to clown, wild out, have fun. I mean, I'm your party person. I love to go party and everything. But then when push come to shove, and want to be like, yo, dog, from whatever, look, whoo, okay. For whatever that, and some of y'all people, y'all gotta look at this like this as well. Whenever you about to see your homeboy, your homegirl about to get in the fight, right? Don't let them get in that fight. Be the one to pull them away from the fight. So you know what? Nah, come on. Let's go. Nope. Let's go. Now, me, whenever I was driving and everything, I'll be the one that's like, you know what? I'm throwing you in the car, lock you in the car, then get in the car, then we driving off. So then we ain't got to worry about this thing no more. And we're going to sit there, you're going to talk it out, you're going to calm down, everything like that, and then you're going home. Then I'm going to go home. But so you had to be that one that you gotta be willing to make that day. You gotta be willing to put in the time. You gotta be willing to put in the time. You gotta be willing to be like, yeah, you know what? No matter what, yo, are you willing to make yourself available for a person in a time of need? Are you willing to make yourself available? Some of us will say, yeah, all they gotta do is call me and everything like that. But are you willing to lose sleep whenever that person's calling you at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning? And to actually sit up with them and be like, let's talk. Let's change, let's talk about this thing. Look, because I don't want you to be going somewhere and now say you want to go do something crazy. Yo, if I gotta stay with you for the rest of the night until morning, yo, then we'll do that. It's been times when I had somebody call me at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and my wife was like, "What's wrong?" And I said, "Look, just pray because my boy need me right now, so I'm about to be up for a minute." And so then we're up, we're talking. I never forget that one time we went to 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. I said, "Wait, my wife get ready to go to work. Wait a minute, like, I need to go to bed." But then I was willing to stay up until that person felt okay to be able to go do what they need to go do to get some things right and everything. He's like, well, you know what? He said, man, like, I don't mean to keep you up and everything like that. Yo, it's not the fact that you kept me up. I said, yo, I felt honored enough that you called me or you text me and said, yo, I need to talk. So are you willing to put in that time? Are you willing to sacrifice that time? So, all right, cool. I got you. No matter, hey, do we need to go meet for lunch? Like, what's up? You can come over here, or I can meet you at so and so. Well, then we just sit down, we can talk. I mean, are you willing to put in that time for that person? And that's why I say, like, for for the young men and everything like that, yo, find you that person that they're really willing to sit down and to talk with you. Because look, it's okay, man. Okay, I got you. I hear you. Look, it's okay for us to have issues. And we need to sit down and to talk to somebody about our issues. It's okay. You're not a punk if you feel like you need to go get some therapy or what that. You is not a punk for going to get help for your issues.
Come on, sir.
And you talking to a person who had to learn that for themselves. Yeah, I had to learn, like, yo, it's okay for me to go talk to somebody about depression. It's okay for me to talk about when I had suicide thoughts and everything like that going on in my head and everything like that. It was okay for whenever I wanted to give us it. For whenever I was at a mindset, I said, God, man, just take my life. But why I gotta go through this every day?
Jeez.
It's okay for you to be able to talk your issues out. Man, that's why God gave us psychiatrists and everything here on this earth. Yo, because we're not supposed to do this thing alone. God gave us help for a reason. I don't know who is that super great from where they got all their issues and stuff in check. Man, the best pastors and stuff that I have known of, they got issues too for where they might have to go talk to somebody. And yeah, you ever say what? We always say, you know what? Pray about it. Go talk to God, and everything. We can sit right here, we can fast and pray and do everything like that. But what's wrong with you actually going to go talk to the psychiatrist or go talk to that life coach over there? And then make it so funny when the person offering their hands out to you, say, "Yo, the door is open. I'm here to help you. Take the help." Young ladies too, if you need help, take the help. Get the help. Because there's one thing about me, no man and no woman deserve to be disrespected. Definitely when they're trying to make something out of themselves. I don't care who they is. You do not deserve to get disrespected when you trying to do something for yourself. Definitely when you trying to get it right with God and for your own self. Forget about the naysayer people out there who want to talk that yin yang about you. Yo, let's focus on God. Let's focus on me. Go ahead, point and just say, look, I need to focus on me. It's okay. It's okay to do that. Shoot, I have to do that. Shoot, it's been times that I don't want Natasha to know what's going on with me sometimes. I hold it in sometimes. But then you know what? I also had to learn too, I can't always hold it in all the time because sometimes I got to get it out. And I just learned that recently. Yo, don't hold it in. Let it out. Whenever you see yourself that you don't hold things to a point from whenever that you at a real broken place from whenever that you just feel that you about to lose control of everything. Yo, don't let it get to that point. I mean, if you let it get to that point, look, let me tell you right now, it's gonna be some help for today. Don't be afraid to go get that help. Don't be afraid to, talk to somebody about your issues or whatever like that. If you can't, man, look, let me tell you something. Even if you can't even go talk to a family member, like, man, you gotta have at least that one person who I got 10 or 20 of them. They're gonna sit right there, they're gonna hear you out, but then they're gonna tell you the truth at the same time. I got 20 of them.
You definitely need somebody who will tell you the truth.
Yeah, I got more than that. That's half of that max life. And then you add my life. But yo, when you have that one or two friends, like, look, I hear what you saying. I hear you mad, you angry, well like that. So look, check this out. And then that's how the way my best friends are. So my boys too are. They're like, yo, D, let me tell you. And then we'll go in and then we'll talk about it. And then from where's the point from where I can look at from where I done made my mistakes, they can look at from where they made their mistakes and everything, or even if it was against each other, and then we better point say, you know what, I messed up, I jacked everything up and everything. From whatever I'm willing to go back and apologize for the faults of what I had in this whole situation. Let me go ahead and throw another one in here for everybody in here too. Man, it's okay for you to go back and say that I'm sorry. You not a punk. Look, you not a punk for going back to saying, yo, my fault, my bad. Please accept my apology. You ain't no punk for doing that. Actually, you're the bigger person for going back to saying, yo, I'm sorry. I did you wrong and everything. Yo, please forgive me. Now it's up to that other person to forgive you. But whenever you done open up and you done said, hey, please forgive me, I'm sorry and everything like that. And let's try to work this thing out and everything like that. Yo, you're the bigger picture. You ain't no punk for going back to say I'm sorry. So don't let the streets of them tell you that, man, you a punk for going back to say I'm sorry. No, you ain't no punk. Yo, you the bigger person. You more than the bigger person, man. You the God-led person. He said, well, God said, look, you need to go and apologize. I'll be like, look, and I'll be the one who'll be gritting their teeth like, oh, why I got to go apologize? And then you know what? Just for me to have a better mindset and and to open up my heart, clearly and everything like that. You know what, God, if it's gonna help me get to that place where I'm going to have my peace, let me go apologize. And like I said, it's up to that other person if they forgive you or not. It's up to them. You done did what God done told you to do. Now you done freed yourself up to be able to have, God, for you to be able to get access to what God really wants for you to get. Man, don't you know some of us is messing up our access because we don't want to say I'm sorry? Some of us is messing up our true access what God wants for us to have because we don't want to say, look, my bad. I messed up. Look, take ownership of it. Look, this is what I did. I know what I did, and I'm sorry.
Accountability.
Right. Go ahead and get your accountability. Come on now, get it. Man, you just don't know how much access we're losing, man, just because we don't want to say, I'm sorry. And then, like today, for some of us in the streets and stuff, being in the streets and stuff like that, man, saying I'm sorry sounds like a cussing word, too. I'm sorry. Oh, dang, I can't believe I said that, man. Look, hey, yeah, you said it. Yeah, you said it. You went ahead and let that fly. Yep. You said I'm sorry. Yeah. Say, okay, for letting that fly. Hey, you sorry. Jesus.
So that was a word.
Man.
So let's speak to the men now. Um, you know, statistically, men don't go to counseling,
Right.
right? Especially not in our community. Um, we don't do counseling. Um, what would you say about going against the grain? Because counseling, I've been to counseling, and it's one of the best things that I could have ever done for myself, to aid in getting to a healed place.
Right. Man, like for some of it, man, go look. Whew. Now this is Darryl. At the end of the day, do Darryl still want to be upset and mad at everybody, or do Darryl want to be free? Sometimes for you to be able to have your freedom, you got to go against what other people say. On when I mean by that is like, okay, cool. Let's go ahead and take. I mean, cause I used to run around, Claremont, Woodmere, all of them, because that was my neighborhood. From where you would hear in the streets was like, well, instead of you going, you need to like don't worry about like trying to go to school and everything like that. Man, you need to start hitting the streets to go make this money. Nah, okay, so I know I can probably make more money if I go to school and get my education. You gotta look at you really have to be at that point. It's like, okay, are you willing to be the game changer? I'm just saying like the way I'm hearing it. Are you willing to be that game changer? Because you know the game changer, they're gonna do everything what they need to do to make this thing happen. Prime example. Okay, cool. Let's go. All right, my men. Let's go. Let's go. You know, we in basketball season, we in football season, and everything like that. So we always know for the NBA, we always know for the Los Angeles Lakers, we know that 10 out of 10 times LeBron James is going to have the ball in his hand to see that we going to make this game winning shot. The coach told him to go one way, but whenever LeBron sees a different way, he's going to go on the opposite direction, and then he's going to go hit this game-winning shot. That's how the way we got to look at our lives and stuff today. That look, whenever we see something and then something just don't look right, you got to be willing to change the game up from where you have. Hey, you might have to go that different direction. So hey, well, some people tell you, man, don't go to counseling. You don't need counseling. What there? Hey, you might need to be that game changer. Say, you know what? I need to work these issues out. I need to be at this point where he said, look, and be at a point right there and say, look, I need help. I need it. Take that accountability. Own up to it. I need help. I need help on this thing. I need to be able to be like, you know what? I need some serious help. And then from where like right now, cause I tell my wife every day, and some people like, oh well, so and so got this, they got this going on. I said, look, if this anything that's gonna help me improve me and everything like that, sign me up. I don't care what you say, this sign me up because I'm looking at new ways to. I don't want to say evolve, but I'm looking at new ways to upgrade Darryl in the new upgrade that God's placing him in right now. So then, for me to be able to handle the new on what God's about to give me, I gotta be willing to upgrade my mindset. So I had to be willing to, you know what? If I need to go in this, in this counseling session and everything like that, then let me go in this counseling session. One, because it's dealing and working with me, and it's helping me to be a better person for me to get to where I need to get to. So don't ever look at getting counseling or getting help as a sign of weakness. Man, look at it as a sign of being able to upgrade yourself. Because it's nothing like whenever you feel better about yourself. Man, don't get me wrong. I love her dearly. I can be all happy door for my wife every single day. But man, I got to love me too. I got to love me. I got to be willing to be like, yo, my wife going out here looking all this great and cute and fine and everything. I need to be going out stepping in the game too. Like, wait a minute. Like, hold up. Let me get out here. Just like I make a joke every now and then. And I was really being silly when I make this joke for where, for like, okay, like for being on here with you today and being able to like be an author and everything, and I was on there with the Princess of Portugal, her radio show and everything like that. I said, man, God don't move me up the rankings. Like, man, I'm in the rankings, man. I'm on YouTube shows, I'm doing radio. Man, God don't put me up in them rankings, man. And then all of a sudden, you got the Princess of Portugal, Elgin there, and you got my wife saying, yo, you deserve to be up here. So you got to be used to being upgraded like this. So don't ever downgrade yourself. So always have an upgraded mindset. I will look for something brand new to do. Don't be sitting there in that little small moment right there. I will look at yourself to upgrade something about you. Just like, okay, cool. Like my wife used to be, and she told her story, like my wife used to be a teacher's assistant. Man, she done upgraded to be a lead teacher. But where one time she didn't think that she even deserved to be a lead teacher. But for where she got all this knowledge, she was just spitting out knowledge to her. She was telling me about her interview. I said, Jesus Christ, like, you know all this? And she was like, but yeah, you got to do this, and you got to do this right here. You got to do that. You got to do that. And then I said, you know what? I see why they gave you that job and not the other job. I said, I see why you the lead teacher now. because she allowed herself to upgrade her mindset. She allowed herself to upgrade her to be like, you know what, like I can, I can do this. She is humble as she can be, just like I'm humble. I said, every time God want to upgrade me and everything like that, I said, God, I thank you. Because sometimes, look, I be at the point sometimes, Lord, I feel like I don't even deserve this. God, you sure you want to upgrade me to this right here? You sure you want to do this right here to me? Right? I mean, because you know how I am. And you know what I'm saying? So then it had to be to the point like, yo, you have to have your mindset at an upgrading set. You're like, don't look. We always want to be up here, but then our mindset is down here at the bottom. So then we had to get ourselves from where, yes, we want to be up here, but we gotta raise our mindset to be up here, to be up there at the top. So then when that you want to be up here even more, so guess what? You gotta raise your mindset even more to get up there to the very top. So don't ever downplay yourself, talk about, yo, like I can't do this and I can't do that mode and everything like that. Yo, upgrade your mindset. Yo, go ahead and get the educate. Get the knowledge and stuff that you need. And if you need to go to college to work on your technique on things on what you're doing, go ahead and go to college for it. Because guess what? If God gave you that skill for you to be able to do what you're doing, God can make a way for you to be able to upgrade your technique.
Okay, so we have a question. What advice would you give married couples who are dealing with a spouse that has a diagnosis? Good question. That's a good question.
Oh my Lord. Advice on what I would give. Woo! For a person with a diagnosis. It can be any diagnosis. So the best advice that I can give. First, let me take it like this. In this marriage, and this is what me and Latasha.
And how long have you been married first?
We have been married. May will make 18 years.
Okay.
We have been married.
So this is the 18-year speaking.
Yeah, because I done been
18
through,
years of experience.
I done been through so many diagnoses. It's not even funny. And so I know, like for us, from where we had to. Now this is comes from Team Tisdale. We had to allow God to be in it first. For any decision with any type of things or what we were planning on doing, we had to allow God to be in there first. And so when we had like our, the diagnosis stuff on what I was going through, I think like our very first diagnosis was like find out I had like diabetes. So then, like I got diabetes, so so we were like, well, God, show us how to way that we can manage this and everything like that. Okay, cool. I had to change my eating habits and everything like that. And I think like the next diagnosis from whatever I was starting, with the lymphedema, with my legs and everything like that. And so it's the fact of from where we know that it can get tough, from where things can be at a point from where you might want to try to, like, okay, let's go ahead and keep an eye. You might want to be like, hey, like, I want out of this and everything like that. But when you allow God to be that center point first, when you allow God, to allow you to be able to sit down and to actually talk it out on like the diagnosis and everything on what is going on. Because let me tell you something right now. Because if God put this marriage together, I'm just gonna tell it like I'm telling it like this. When God put this marriage together, no matter what direction and stuff that you're gonna go, always keep God there first. And so from where we had to, from where that cool, whenever we were about to do do this last amputation I went through. When we did the last amputation, everything, like we sat down, me and her, we talked about it. We talked about it and everything like that. She said, okay, cool. We heard what the doctors and everything had to say. We went to go get, I want to say, more counseling on what to do and everything. So then that's from where we went to, and no Shane, that's from where we went to our leaders. We went to our leaders at Maximizing Life Family Workshop, and then we discussed everything, what was going on. And so the one thing that intrigued them very much is from where that we allowed them to give us their input, on the whole situation. And they did. They gave us great input. You know, the principal project Ella Janelle, I mean, she gave her input. Pastor Bernie Rojas, she gave her input because she was looking at it like not only as a pastor, but then she was also looking like as a sister as well, because that's my spiritual sister. That's my sister. And so then, and also with her husband, Pastor Omar, he was like, okay, and he was the one who was like, okay, look, did you look at all the pros and cons of what's going on, what's about to happen here? I mean, you found out everything was going on. You found out the positive, you found out the negative, and this gonna happen, and this gonna do this right here. What if they do this right here? I mean, he was the one that went for like everything. And from where talking with them was kind of like we was having that like we were having that honest conversation with God. God, I don't know what I don't know what to do. I don't know. But from where that you actually being, and from where had that conversation with something that's really going to help you for you to make that decision, but then also as well be honest with yourself. You have to be honest. Look, be honest with yourselves. Truly say how the way you feel. I mean, one time my wife was like, "Man, like this ain't fair." She's like, "Yo, whatever this stuff go, yo, this is not fair. We done been through this, we done been through that, we done did this. I mean, she's like, this is not fair." And then I had my little weak moments too. I said, "Yo," and this is really me before God really did me. I said, "Yo, this is some BS." I'm like, "Yo, like I can't. Like, what in the world?" It's like, yo. But then that's it. Like we was honest with ourselves, and then we allowed God to come in, and we was actually able, like when we were being honest with ourselves, and we got the counsel and everything for what we need, from our leaders and everything. And we was actually able just to sit there and be like, okay, let's go. I said, okay, let's do this. Okay, this is what we're gonna like. This is what we need to do. This is from where we had to do this and everything like that. It was at a point in time from where that we was like, okay, now we can go ahead and go on with the decision on like with this diagnosis and everything. So like it was a lot, and then my wife just walked up on me like it ain't nothing.
Yeah, we're going to hear her aspect as the caregiver. Um, we heard it from yours as the diagnosee. So let's hear it from the other aspect of the marriage, of the caregiver side of the marriage.
Come on here, honey bun.
Hi, everybody. Nope. I told her I wasn't gonna be on camera. You hear my voice because I got
Just come closer.
I got my house clothes on,
What?
and I'm in chill mode.
You gonna say
I'm
that?
not camera mode ready.
You're working. Come on now, come on.
So, but on the caregiver side of things, what I have to say, the advice I would give is that you be sure that you yourself as a caregiver find a support system.
Yeah.
Because one thing I realized when I first started when Darren and I first started going through his diagnosis, well, not his, the diagnosis. That was given to him, I was kind of learning. We were still young in marriage,
right?
And we were like we literally only had been married about 2 or 3 years when all of this stuff started happening. And so at the time, I didn't know who to turn to. Well, actually, I did. I had my mom. I turned to my mama because I looked at her. Excuse me. I looked at her and gleaned from her from how she took care of my dad, because my dad was also sickly as well, and he had several diagnoses. Some of the same ones that Darryl actually spoke about himself. My dad had to deal with it. And so with my mama, I watched my mom take care of him when things wasn't all peachy. She stood by him, when she would make sure that we got off to school okay. And while we at school, she would go to the hospital, spend all day at the hospital, turn around, come get us from home, make sure we had a home cooked meal, help us with our homework, get us ready for school the next day, and get us off the bed and do it all over again the next day. Or and especially like on a Friday, she would come be at send us off to school, go to the hospital, come back home, get us from the house, from the bus stop, and then take us up to the hospital. So she's walking back those long halls again. Because if y'all know, Moses Cone and Western Lawn, those, get to the hospital rooms is not a short distance of a walk.
Right.
And they didn't have what they have now, like with the wheelchairs at the entrance, or escorts that'll take those who have walking issues and things like that to the guest's room. They didn't do all that then. And so she would literally walk all the way to the back to my dad's room, and then sit there for a little while, and then have to walk all the way back to the car. Excuse me. Walk all the way back to the car in order to get us back home, and still go home and cook us a hot meal and take care of us and make sure we were straight, make sure our homework done, make sure our chores got done, all it is, and still go to church on Sunday and Saturday at the time. And so I had that to learn from when it came to Darryl. I took that and I was like, and if there was anything questions I had, I would go to her about it. But when my parents got sick, I didn't have that anymore. I didn't have that support system anymore. And so it was literally all the way up until about recently when Darryl, when we joined Max Life, shout out to Max Life again. When we joined Max Life, that I really got to experience true support. And not saying that other folk didn't support, but excuse me, y'all. The support system that I got from that we received from Max Life was nothing like we've ever had. And honestly, it was hard to accept it. It was hard to receive it because I had never received it before. It literally took our leaders to tell me, just take this. She's like, I know. And they knew it was different for me. Right. And I had to tell them, I had to openly say, we never had this. So this is new to me. Right. And it's like and they was like, just take it, receive it, because this is our act. Love shows up. And when love shows up, this is what love do. And so I said the key, like I said, going back, the key thing is to have a true support system. Right. Somebody that you can confide in, somebody that you can say, hey, look, I need a break. Can you please come to the house and help me out? Look, I'll show you what to do. And this is what you can do. X, Y, and Z. Do you mind taking him to the doctor? I got to go to work. And that was something that we never had before either, is that as far as transportation, because it was just his mom. Yep. And if his mom wasn't feeling well, then Darryl couldn't go to his appointments. Or if his mom has her own appointments, he still couldn't go to his appointments and stuff like that. And it became an issue. And so with this time round, it was like, okay, now he's a double amputee. And we got the bus system, but guess what? He can't transport his prosthetics on the bus. So I need somebody to take his prosthetics to the doctor for him. And and once again, certain individuals jumped up and said, look, tell me what you need. Tell me what you need. And also you have to cut out pride when you're a caregiver. Yep. Because I had to learn to open my mouth and ask for help. And that's one thing that was hard, because in the past, I asked for help and I didn't get it, or I got frowned upon, or I got all these excuses. And so, and kind of like, well, this is your plight, you deal with it, kind of like thing. And I'm like, well, I'm not gonna ask him, I'm just gonna do it on my own. But this time I had no other choice, because I like Darryl, I slipped into a depression. I slipped into a place of, I didn't know what else to do. And the reason why I slipped into a depression, because I was on the vulnerable side. When you as a caregiver, all you and this is being a caregiver, I'm his wife. As his wife, when you keep hearing the doctor saying that, or nurses telling you that they have to revive him, or they're pumping him they're literally pumping him with life, because if they don't, he'll die. Things like that. They're doing all they can to keep him alive. Pints of blood, on 4 or 5 pints of blood a day, albumin and plasma, all of this, things like that, just to keep him alive. Sitting on his leg 3 to 4 hours at a time to get the bleeding to stop, trying to give him medications to make him clot, all of this. And then he's not eating, he's sleeping all the time, all it, and you don't know what the next day, the next hour, the next minute is going to be like. And you trying to talk to him, he can't talk because he can only talk above a whisper. You go there, when you finally get there, and he can barely hold his own food. He can't eat because he doesn't have an appetite, because he doesn't have, life is leaving his body. And so, and even with, and watching the monitors and things like that, it took a toll on my mind. It took a toll on my heart, because at the end of the day, yes, I can pray, but guess what? I'm still human. At the end of the day, I'm still his wife. Yeah, I'm his prayer warrior. I got his back, all of that. But I am still a human being with humanistic feelings. And my human feelings took over me in that moment. And it took everything I could not to cry in front of him. It took everything I could to be strong when I was with him. But in actuality, I was weak and broken on the inside. And I didn't know how to tell it. I didn't know how to share it. And it ended up coming out in other ways. But I said all that to say, you got to have the support system. You got to be okay with saying you're not okay. You got to be okay with saying, I need a break. I need a moment. I need somebody to come and step in. I need to take a step back so I can get me together, so I can get my head right, so I can get some sleep, so I can rest. All of these things is what you need to do as a caregiver. You got to take care of yourself. You got to make sure you're okay, because it doesn't make sense for you to try to care for somebody and you're not okay.
Right.
It doesn't make sense for you to try to exert all this care, all this you're doing, all of you. When you're a caregiver, you put you into it. And it doesn't make sense to put all of you in it and you can't take care of you at the end of the day.
Somebody just say
That's
right
good.
right.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good advice, because when you first get married, you all in love. You don't really, you hear about um the sickness to death part, but you don't really understand it until you go through it.
Right.
And so that was good. That was good advice for those who haven't been there yet, and for those who are seeking to be married. Now, with the seeking to be married part, um, these men out here don't think there's any good women left. What do you say to that? Especially in our generation.
Man, you gotta whoo! Let me tell you something. Wow. There is some good women out there. And I know some of them probably do not want to hear this part. Be patient.
Speak the truth.
Be patient. You'll have that who God will send you that right one. But then you also gotta be at the point too that you have to, sometimes like we can go into the wrong places to go find true love. You gotta be willing to go into the right place in the find true love. And what I mean about that, you don't have to go and rip and run the streets to go find this person. Honestly, yo, at the God was seeing you that right one whenever that you actually okay, here I go. We actually sit right there and spend time with God. Because God would because right now, like we all said, well, I want to be married, I want a husband, I want a wife, and everything like that. Look, guys, let me tell you, man, look, when you truly looking for that, for that wife or that one that God wants you to have, go ahead and prepare yourself. It may not be that trophy wife. It may not be that Holly Berry that you looking for. It ain't that Holly Berry, or it ain't that Sierra. Okay, Sierra has been taken on. Russell Wilson got her and everything like that. So you can't have Sierra, okay? So I mean, it's like, so you have to be at the point where, like, you know what? Like, you have to be like truly genuine about that. And then, like, let me tell you, you will find that right one. Because that right one, like, look, whenever that you're down and everything like that, they're not gonna tell you down whenever that you feel down. They're gonna be the one to help lift you up. They're gonna be the one that's gonna help like push you into your greater. Not for you just to sit there saying, well, you just can't do nothing for me and everything like that. Because, like, let me tell you something. Like, I did not make all the money in the world, but thank God blessed me to be with Latasha. And it will make it so funny, like at the time. Like, to tell our story at the time, I wasn't looking for anybody. She wasn't looking for anybody. All of a sudden, we just had like mutual friends that that we both knew and everything like that. And then they were trying to put us together. They were putting us together. Pretty much, they were setting us up. I said, but then the same token from where, and then like me and her had just finished. I think like she had just finished praying, and I had just finished praying because I just came out of a relationship. Like, that was in like 2-3 years ago, like 2 or 3 years before I actually met her. And for what I was at a point, I said, well, God, you know what? The next person, the next female that I talk to, that has to be my wife. And I think Latasha did the same thing. The next guy I talk to, like, that has to be my husband. Because, like, I ain't got time for this mess. You have to look, we have to be patient. It is good women out there. Then, like, Ashley, and then what qualities are you looking for in that right woman? Because because some of us can be, man, and this is for the ladies too, for that right man like that. Man, look, you ain't gotta have like the rock type husband, or we ain't gotta have that Holly Berry type woman, or that one from where I never forget. It was one person that one of my friends knew, and that problem was like, well, I don't date a certain guy or like that, but it's not unless he making like what was it, like 6 or 7 digits or something like that, like making like a whole lot of money. And so, like, but his thing was like he had a great job, but like most of his money went to like stocks, investments, and I mean he was an investor and everything like that. And so so like they never taught the world like that. So then all of a sudden, he hit painters, sold some stocks and everything. So like now he's like close to being a millionaire. And all of a sudden now you want to come talk to this dude or whatever like that. Nah, you didn't want to talk to me when I was broke. So why you want to come talk to me now when I got money? So like, what type of person are you really like looking for? And I said, I'm gonna be honest with you, like I don't need. Woo! Okay, I think D1 put it like, I think my boy D1. I just listened to the song not so long ago. Man, I don't need a girl who thinking that it's more than like her butt is more important than her spending time with God. I don't need a girl who right here talking about she right here worrying about having fame and stuff on Facebook, Twitter, and everything like that. You right here twerking on Instagram and everything like that, trying to get a man like that. Now I need to look. You may look good, but do you know the good book? That's exactly what the rhymes say. You may look good, but do you know the good book? Are you down for God? So are you that type of person? Like, if I got to go out of town on business, I can trust you whenever I'm going out of town, but when it won't be no other person in my home, you right here doing whatever that you want to do when I'm out and about. Ladies be the same way with the guys too. That I can be out of town handling business and everything, and now I say I got another ninja up in here in my crib, and you doing whatever. Nah, you gotta ask yourself them questions. And then look at the character. Cause let me tell you something, man. People may not believe this or not, or like that. Man, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and everything will jack up your relationships. I ain't gonna front. Because you're sitting right here doing whatever on social media and everything, and all of a sudden you may see this person, oh, that's Mr. or Mrs. Right there, and everything right there. But then you know what they said? Now I'm not dealing with you because I saw a post or something that you put up on Facebook. We not even friends and everything, but my friend is friend with you, and then you put up some nasty stuff with that. I don't want to deal with you. And I just be like, oh, well, you can't. No, you gotta it's like, it's good people out there, but you gotta ask yourself them right. You gotta ask the right questions, man. Look, and then also, man, check your character, cause man, most people do not want to deal with people who want to be. Oh man, I mean, this is PG. When I'm not trying to be, man, you ain't gotta be out there and be raunchy. Have some class, guys. You ain't always gotta be shown what you packing or anything like that. But look, instead of thinking about sex, have a conversation with the person. Ladies, don't be thinking about, because you got this fine body and everything like that. Are you going to sit right there and to help that man out whenever he's spending down low? Are you going to sit right here and keep on nagging him because he ain't got this going on right there? Or you going to be the one say, you know what, baby, look, I understand, look, don't worry, hey, everything's going to be all right, I got your back no matter what. And don't look, and then in both sides like that, man, don't be the ones. Look, if you really say, you gonna be there for that person, be there for that person. Don't bounce because things don't look right how the way you want it to be. Because remember, for you to be able to reach greatness, you got to go through a process.
Listen, you know what?
Man, for whatever that you done seen family and friends done go through situations. Like, I just finished dealing with like one friend in a situation that he was going through, for where it done caused our friendship to be kind of jacked up some. But he all right, he doing his thing or whatever like that. From where I say, you really need to take a look at this thing. I said, take a look at these red flags that keep on popping up. I mean, take your time, be patient. Now, like with me and Latasha, like, we're different. We're totally different. We give every bit of advice of what we tell people. Like, if people hear our story, how the way we met, y'all would be like, this ninja is crazy. And I still got people today saying, Jesus Christ, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah, that's how the way it went down. Yep, that's how it went down. So we always tell people, take your time, be patient. They would say, I want a marriage like you. Do you really want to know what we had to go through to have a marriage what we got right now? You really want to? No, you don't want to go through what we went through. No. Go a different route. Don't go our route. Because our route done cause a whole lot of, it done cause some arguments, it done cause some, want to forget you moments. I don't like your family, you don't like my family. Look, we done been through all that for what we can get to the point. So you know what? I love you. Don't forget the diagnosis stuff. And my wife in the background, she said, that's not even including the diagnosis part. I'm like, exactly. That's not even including that. We're talking about the stuff before the diagnosis.
It's work.
Before you even get the nitty-gritty of the marriage. So, all right, check this out. So, I lost my job. Look, I mean, before, like, I done lost jobs. My wife was like, okay. You know what, baby? Don't worry about it, because that job wasn't meant for you anywhere. Look, you're going to get a better job, and it's going to be a whole lot better. You're going to be doing this. And she was encouraging whenever them jobs I would let go of.
I didn't encourage you until I had a talk with
until she had a talk with her pastor.
Negative.
Because she was nagging at first. I mean, she gave truth. We'll tell you all about that when we come on back on here together. We give you all the details. But it was like, y'all was like, yeah, to be for that point where we're like, you know what? It's gonna be okay. So my guys, my young look, and my young ladies, my young people, be patient. It is it's okay. You ain't gotta. It's look, you find somebody you want to talk to, cool. Take your time and talk to them. Be patient. Get to know them. It's not always about okay. I'm probably done cuss right here. Man, it ain't about the sex. Look, have conversation with them. Get to know them. Like I mean, like really, like get to know that person. You know if you got the right one like that, man. Let me tell you. I mean, guys, here goes a little tip for you guys. When you know you got the right one, when they can put up with your BS, and then they can still sit right here and turn around and call you and be like, "Hey, I know I was a little harsh and everything. I had to get out how the way I feel, but I want you to know that I still got your back. It's gonna be okay." You might want to hold on to that one right there. My ladies, look, I'm gonna tell you how the way us men do sometimes. If we sit right here, we gotta step away for a second. I say step away, not walk away, not like walk out the door and say I'm done with you. Well, I say, look, give me a minute so I can be able to come back and we can have a more better conversation about the situation and stuff and what's going on. And you're not gonna be like, well, you know, my girl told me I should have did this and did this or what like that. Yo, let me tell you something right there. Don't listen to homegirls, boy. Don't listen to homeboys like that, because they're gonna fluff up your relationship and everything like that. Yo, sit right there, have a conversation with them, and then put God in the middle of that conversation. Matter of fact, I had to let God be the referee sometimes. And then normally it's a draw between me and Latasha. You know what? Ain't nobody won this conversation. I mean, if you got to go take a look at yourselves and everything, don't pray about her. Don't pray about him. Go take a look at yourselves and everything. Then come back and have this conversation again. And then 99.9% of the time, God done got on us and told you know what? I was wrong. Yes, I was wrong too. And then all of a sudden, then we need to have this conversation again. Guys, be patient, man. You ain't gotta be patient. Guys, ladies, yo, enjoy. And I know some people want to be married. Honestly, embrace your single life, son. You know, embrace it, son. You
right.
Down. And I think the one thing what made it funny with me and Latasha from whenever she got married and everything, some people like, oh girl, you can't go do church how the way you want to. Like, I was like this. You go talk to Jesus for me and for you. Go ahead, bye. I let you and everything like that. From where it's like, yo, like have that conversation with them. And I'm not. Let me go ahead and say this too, because I already hear it in my spirit right now. Don't have the type of conversation to talk about like how much money that you want to put in this relationship. I already know who that's for, but I hear it. We're like, well, what can you do for me that's gonna make me say I want to be in this relationship with you? No, don't you dare do that. Because guess what? You can end up broke and have nothing yourself, but then somebody still want to make sure that you good. So yo, it's like have a conversation with it, talk with it, get to know them, and check out their character. Because if man, and I know I'm about to have some people on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and all that's about to hate me right now, but I don't care right now. Look, if the person right here is worrying about their views and everything because they can twerk or well like that on a Facebook live or like that, man, you don't need to be with them. Because all they're worrying about is the ratings and they trying to get like their 30 seconds of fame or whatever like that. So then really your 30 seconds of fame is really making you look like a hoe or a gold digger or anything like that, because you want to sit right here and be twerking or doing whatever like that on Facebook and everything like that. And then you're not even you're not even showing good value for yourself, but then you're degrading yourself at the same time. Don't degrade yourself. You don't have to degrade yourself. Not to get a man or a woman. Don't degrade yourself. yo, put yourself in that higher standards. Put yourself like, nope, I need a person that look, we can sit right here, we can talk, we can do this right here. Like we can, we can have conversation, we can do this, we can do, I mean, like, yo, like have them standards. It's okay for you to have standards. Just don't make them unrealistic. Dang, boy, I need to write a book on this too. No, I ain't writing a book on that. No, fuck that. That's too much for me. No. But yeah, take your
Okay.
time. Enjoy it.
Okay, that was good. That was good from both sides of things. Another question I had was, I know you said that you didn't grow up, with your father being there,
Mm-hmm.
um, which is a commonality in our community. And so my question to you is, do you think that the older generation um, has failed our generation in some aspect?
Mm, honestly, I want to say yes, but then it's kind of with a twist. And like I said, I can speak for me. From where I didn't have my dad, like he was there, but he was there like really like when I needed him. Like he was like that. He was the ATM machine, or or something like
Okay,
something, but like he was there. But like to actually like to be able like to sit and like to have conversation with him, just like just to talk, being like, father to son moment and everything. That part, that part was kind of like the feeling, because like at first, it was a situation of what was going on. It was a situation like what was going on, from where it was like, okay, my dad was over here, but then like I was over here, and I was cool with that. But then from where like now I'm having a better conversation. I'm having a conversation with my father now. So I would say, like, in a way, yeah, but from where the older generation, I'm willing to come back and learn from their mistakes to be able to talk to the younger generation, then I count that as a win. For me, I count
true,
that as a win, because from where that person, you may have a person who would never come back and say they was wrong for not actually sitting down and spending time with you, or you may have or like you have some people today were like, you know what, I know I did you wrong. I know I wasn't that person that was there for you when you needed me. I wasn't like father or dad to you at that moment or anything like that. But then whenever that you willing to, when you willing to come in and actually be my father and actually be able to talk with me and everything like that, because like with me, I take whatever wisdom that you have from the experience of what you went through. I
mhm,
can take that and I can use that for me, from where I can have like a better path to walk on, for where I need to walk on, from whenever I have my son. When my son comes one day, I'll be able to be like, okay, cool. I know I need to spend time with my son. I know I would need to like be like, dad, be that father, from where like I'm not an ATM machine for my child, but I'm that person from where if they can't sleep in there, I'm right there by their bedside to be able to sit right there and say, hey, it's gonna be okay. Or I'm that one for they have an issue, they'll be able to come and talk to me and not be able to say, well, go talk to Johnny or Sarah's dad or what like that, because my dad don't want to talk to me no more, or what, because he got his own issues. No, I had to look. I'm learning from mom. I had to learn from whatever my father had to teach me. Say, look, don't do this right here. Spend time. Look, spend as much time as you can with your children. Spend as much time, and that's like one of the things from what I had to learn from what my dad has taught me. And my dad was like, my dad was like, look, I haven't been there. And he know he hasn't been there. He even admitted that he haven't been there, because my dad, like, he was the worker. He was the one that he was at work, and he always worked. He was the one working like the second and third shift all the time. And then
taking
he was
accountability.
Right. He was, I mean, he was that person. And so for when my dad can come in from whenever I was starting to get older, my dad was starting to come in for whether that my mom couldn't do what she needed to do, then my dad stepped in. So my dad was like, okay, if you can't pick him up from school, I'll go get him from school. And then I'll bring him I'll bring him home. I'll make sure he eats. I'm gonna come make sure that this happened. I'll come make sure that happened, everything like that. I'm starting to get like more of that since everything for what done happened with me with the W amputation and being sick and everything like that. From where my dad, I tell you, like I had so much fun whenever my dad just come into the living room and then he's sitting down or we're sitting right here laughing and talking and we can sit right here and have a conversation about baseball because that's his favorite sport is baseball. So we can sit right here and talk about how the Atlanta Braves don't win the World Series or like he was a New York Yankees fan, so he always about the Yankees. So then we're talking about the Yankees and everything, but actually being like to have that time and actually sit with my dad. And then like my dad, and then what makes it even more cool for me for where like my dad just don't like, yeah, he still see me as his son, but then he also saw me as another man, but like, well, hey, well, how will you handle this situation right here? But when my dad could be able to come up and to do that right there, that speaks a lot. But what he said, like, even though I know I'm your father, but I respect you as a man, I respect you as like, as a man of God for you to be able to like, go like my dad, like he was a church going person, but then I say he stopped. But then I say he started going back to church. And so at the time, like we was going to the same church. So then it was time for where that my dad was like I was sitting in front, my dad was sitting behind me. And so then my dad would be like, well, Darryl, my dad would come over to the house and say, well, Darryl, what did the pastor mean when he said about this right here? Or what did this mean right here when he talked about this right here? To actually be able to sit down and break it down with my dad. And then like my dad gonna be like, oh well, you don't know nothing like that. No, my dad said we're sitting right here, and then like we're having conversation about this thing. Like we're actually being to sit here like, well, okay, Dad, well, this is what he meant. I said, but then like, but what understanding did you get from this? Don't go by for what I say, but what understanding do you have from this? Mm-hmm. And then we can sit down and talk. So then like I said, like for me, not being able to come back and admit that you made your mistake, yeah, then I look at that, it was a loss. But for that, you be able to come back, whoo! And we learned this last night from Bible study, from where my dad was able to come back and reestablish a relationship with his son. And just like saying, hey, I know I messed up. And it really, my dad really didn't even come to me and say that he messed up. The fact from where I knew that my dad was sorry or like that, when my dad was willing to come spend more time with me. For where like he didn't care what it was. He was like, I could be like, yo, Dad, or I'll call him like, yo, cause me and him, we're both Duke fans. Like we like Duke basketball. I can message my dad like, yo, man, are you catching this game right now? And then also we're here, we cracking up, we laughing, we talking junk and everything like that. And he was like, yeah, I'm looking at this game. And then I said then we having our moment, we're watching the game. And so it was like, yo, this having like that time with my dad. And be like, yo, like, this is pretty dope. Like, this is awesome. So, like, yeah, I mean, like, it's how the way that you really gotta look at it, because like, well, whatever that you have, and I had older generations who actually came back and say that they was wrong for saying this or they was wrong for doing that and everything. Like, just like I had an uncle, God rest his soul, my uncle Steve-O. He had one time said to me, like, yo, he had to came and apologize to me one time because whenever I had my first amputation, my uncle thought I wasn't going to make it. And so he literally had to come back to me and be like, you know what, nephew? He said, seeing you today. We was at, and what made sense, like we was at a cookout for family reunion at my mom's house. And he came up to me because like they was up frying the fish and everything. I was down there like close to them, laughing and talking and everything like that. And for when he actually came up to me, he had his drink in his hand and everything. He said, nephew, let me tell you something. He said, seeing you how the way you are like today, well, we was at family reunion and everything. I said, I need to apologize to you. And I'm like, what are you talking about, He said, because whenever you first had your amputation, I said, I'm going to be straight up honest with you. I told your mama, like, that boy ain't going to make it. He ain't going to know what to do with himself.
Wow.
And so for you
Wow.
to be here at family reunion, you still living life, you still doing what you need to do. Like you not letting none of this thing stop, stop on whatever that you need to do and everything like that. He said, yo, I owe you an apology. He said, because you truly have proved me wrong. And he said, and I can admit on when I was wrong. He said, and I truly was wrong for doubting you, thinking about it, you can't make it. And so to actually get that, and it wasn't the fact that like, well, I proved my uncle and them wrong. Nah, it was the fact that like, and really my uncle didn't have to tell me that he was talking junk about me. But for when he actually was that person, he came up, he said, yo, I was wrong to say that you couldn't do this. And to get an apology from him, and he was the one, he never really apologized. It was like, it was his way or the highway. But for me to be able to get that, I was like, yo, like, well, okay, then, well, like, we good, like, are we supposed to, like, am I supposed to cuss you out or something? Because I don't feel like doing that because, like, it ain't no point because, like, we good. And he was like, yeah, I just wanted you to know that. And then we went back having fun at family reunion. But, like, yeah, you just said, I mean, guys, ladies, for the older generation, if don't be like how some people that I know where they don't take that chance from where that parent or that grandparent or whatever want to come back and want to reestablish a relationship with you. Yo, like don't don't use it as an advantage, not a disadvantage. Because you never know on what knowledge and wisdom that older generation may be able to give you that's going to help you in life today. That's my best tip for that whatsoever.
Okay, so our last question is, where can we find Daryl Tisdale, and what can we expect going forward?
Whoo! Darryl Tisdale. You can find me on Facebook as Darryl Tisdale, but then you also can find me on Facebook with Kicking It with Team Tisdale. You can find me on Motivated to the Max. You can find me on Covenant Conversations. What else? You can find me in Phoenix Destination. It's a lot going on, but I know like right now, the main thing just to see me, you can find me with Motivated to the Max. That's Monday through Friday, um, between like 9:15, 9:30 in the mornings. Definitely like on the podcast airwaves, like on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts. Um, yeah, you can find me on those platforms for the podcast. Definitely here like on Facebook Live and YouTube as well. YouTube, I'm here on YouTube, like we're Motivated to the Max. Because whenever I go live on Facebook, I'm live also on YouTube. So I mean, you can find me on those. So right now, I'm trying to push. I want to push like Motivated to the Max, and Kicking It with Team Tiz and everything from where I want to push it to radio. So I'm pushing this thing like to go more like for radio and everything. Um, right now, I just finished up the collaboration with Build It Again with Fiery Beacon Publishing House. I'm in the process of maybe get ready to work on another project, a solo project. I'm trying to get the details worked out for that right now to do a
Uh-oh.
solo project. And then honestly, man, I never would even thought of a solo project until like with Pastor Brandon Rojas and my lovely wife and my best friend DJ Justice. He was the one who always would keep on pushing me and telling me like, dude, you need to quit playing and do a book. And so I was like, I thought I got away with it when I did the collaboration, but then they didn't count. He said, nope, you gotta do a solo project. Nope, you gotta be solo. I was like, dang it, man, like what's wrong with you? And he was like, nope, you gotta be solo. And so then when I told him I'm working out details for the solo project, like he was so happy for me. He said like, yo, he was like, his exact words like, yo, it's about time. I'm proud of you. Whatever you need, I got you. And I was like, really? That's how he gonna do it? He was like, yep. He said, "I hit you up when I get back in town, and yo, we gonna make this thing happen." And I was like, "All right, cool, bet." And so, definitely big shout out to him. Like between like my wife and Pastor Brandy over there, Fire Deacon, my boy DJ Justice, you man, y'all have been like the biggest pushers for me. Like y'all have no idea. Yeah, you guys have been like the major pushers for me. Um, yeah, that's like one of the project. Definitely like with my wife, she put it there like for radio. I definitely want to like try like for radio, and everything. Like not try, actually do. So Steve Harvey, you watching this? You come holler at a brother, and put him on, the Steve Harvey show to let me get my feet wet, and then I can come on up in there and everything like that. So like, yeah. And then right now, yeah, and then look, then wifey done put up there about the book signing on Saturday, January the 29th at 4 o'clock. Look, the link is right there. Look, see, she don't put the link up there. Y'all don't put the link up right there. Yo, you guys click on that link. Come join in with me, my lovely wife Latasha. Yo, the host of this great YouTube show right here, man. Come join us. Yo, we like to go in. We like to wild out. And so I'm gonna give y'all a disclaimer. Look, so let me go ahead. Look, go ahead and RSVP y'all tickets. Y'all come on in for the for the book sign and everything like that. Let me tell you something right now. Here go the disclaimer. How the way I act on here, that's how I act in public. So all that energy and craziness y'all saw not too long ago, that would happen at the book sign. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So I'm already I was like, let me go ahead and talk to Pastor Brandon Rojas about that and the Fire Big team right now, because I will be the one who's like, look, I'm going to wild out. So y'all already know that I'm going to wild out. They already know this. They probably going to have my own little section to the side when I get to wild out and then I get to cut a food. But yeah, that is me. So be able to come in, join us in, come have fun with us, come hear our stories. Come get books from us, yo. Talika, look, I gotta get me a physical copy of room so I can have y'all author sign it and everything. Come one day, man. Look, that book is worth some money now. But when I get author signature on it, and I'm gonna put it in a case and I'm gonna frame it. So then, when we already in the Library of Congress and everything. So then we go more and more out there and everything. Look, I can say, yo. First copy done won some of these mugs done wrote. So guess what? I know that's worth some money. So I ain't selling it. It's valuable. It's right. It's the first signature I got from these mugs. So it can't go. So like, yeah, so definitely come in, join in with all of us. Man, like it's like one of them moments from where we like to get it in. Definitely me, because like, and then this is like, I know, like for me, and I said this before, like my wife, she said it before, like she was in like 3 books. It's like her third one that she was in. This is my first one. I done made history in the Tisdale clan, like the actual Tisdale family. Like I'm the one who wrote in a book. So I don't make history already in my family. So there is time for me to now to go make more history, for my family and everything. They laughing at me. It was like, wait a minute, you did what? And then I said, yeah, I did that. So then they were like, oh my God, like this is about to be interesting for today. But they're like, I made history. I'm gonna keep on making history and everything like that. But I'm a history maker, boy. Come on now, I'm a history maker. And people don't look. If you're watching this right now, or you going back on the replay with them, man, put in the chat for yourself, man. You are a history maker. Cause when everything that you do for yourself, you just made history for yourself. So you are a history maker no matter what. So don't think, look, you don't break the world record. Look, you are a history maker in your own right. You are a history maker. Like right now, this show will be doing right here. This is a history maker already because I'm on here. We put that together. It's like for the show from on Saturday, that was history making and everything. This is history, cause I'm looking for this show right here on YouTube. Look, it's gonna be more and more and more. But where she got to break off in the seasons, like, look, I'm looking for you to go all the way like to season 10 or season 20. So then also like, look, all right, I'm gonna retire because Fox and ABC and everybody done got me tied up and everything. So like, look, I'm about to retire. Go ahead and be open-fied, hey, be open-fied. Look, check this out. Make more money than Oprah if you want to. Hey, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it too. So we better go get that
Hey,
in for real. So yes.
well, you heard it here. You heard it here. And we thank you, Daryl, for coming on and just giving everybody wisdom, sharing your story, your testimony, what you've been through. And we can't wait to have you and your wife back next month for Valentine's Day.
Oh, we get Valentine. Yes, we get Valentine. She ain't had the food.
So we can't wait for that. Our next person will be Tiffany Person. And all you have to do is look out for the date for that. I always schedule it. Um, but she will be here. She will be the next guest. And
Cool.
I'm so excited to talk to her. Um, we're also going to be doing where we do multiple people, and we're going to pick topics. Or I might pick something I seen, something, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to each have like a roundtable discussion, if you will, about it. But we're going to keep it real,
Yeah.
be transparent, and that's what we're going to do here. We're going to talk about real issues, real things that's going on in our community, and come up with solutions, if you will, to how we can start in our own community to change those things. Because we can't change the world. We don't have that power. But who we can change is ourselves and our surroundings. So we're just gonna start there.
Oh yes.
And Latasha has left all of Daryl's information down in the comments. It will be in. I'm going to cut the video up, and his information will also be in the description box of each video. So it will be easy to access his links.
Yeah.
And so now I'm gonna give y'all a commercial break.
Come on, commercial.
Okay, so as you all know, I do have a company. I started this company after I stopped YouTube. So we're in our 4 year. Um, we're still in our anniversary month.
Come on, man.
So we started 4 years ago today. I mean, 4 years ago, January 1st, but this is our anniversary month.
Okay.
And so we have Valentine's Day coming up. We have a banger coming up for Valentine's Day. I can't wait to share that with you guys. So stay tuned. It should be out by the beginning of next week. But I've been doing little teasers so you can kind of see what we coming with and the heat that we bring in. But let me show you some of the products that I do offer. So we do have a body butter. We have multiple scents, and we do have a plain for those who have eczema and different skin issues. We have that as well. This is our birthday cake. Um, and so this is what it looks like.
Ooh, that would look good to eat. I ain't gonna front.
Please do not eat. We're not responsible for that. Please do not eat.
Do not eat, y'all. Don't eat it.
These are all natural products, but please don't eat them.
Don't eat.
So we also have scrubs. This is the matching scrub to this. We have multiple sizes, and you could go on the website and see the different sizes that we offer. We have one larger than this and one smaller than this.
Okay.
We and this is a scrub to the birthday cake, and it pretty much looks the same.
Oh wow.
Very moisturizing for your skin. Um, yes, don't eat the products.
Well, I mean, but I can vouch for
Exfoliate.
it. I use the I use it, and look, let me tell you, when I said it make my skin look so shiny and so smooth, I ain't gonna front like whoo. I didn't like using the sparingly because I'm like, wait a minute, I can't be looking too good out
Yeah,
here.
so we cater.
Yeah, you know, Make
We
them look.
cater to both men and women.
Oh
So it's
yes.
not just women, it's just not just the ladies. And
Okay.
so with that being said, we also have our beard balm.
Woo! I
Um,
just used some today. Oh yes, I did for this.
we also have our beard balm. And so trust me, it relaxes, moisturizes, and promotes growth in the beard. And we also have our on the go. So instead of having the bigger version, we made a travel size for you. So we have the on the go scrubs, where it just makes it a little bit easier um, to carry and to travel with if you don't want to travel with the bigger size. We also have our moisturizers on the go. And they're in little shapes like hearts and little animals. And it just makes it easier for you to travel with as well. It's also something you can put in your purse or your pocketbook um, and just travel with. And so I'll show you. This is in the shape of a heart, right? And it's still the same as this. And all you do is rub it in like you normally would because it's gonna change. It's gonna melt to the heat of your body. And
Wow.
so you would just put it on and moisturize your skin. And can y'all see how that looks?
Yes, that is great.
And you see the difference in how it's moisturized. And so those are on the go moisturizers. We also make bath bombs, which I have new ones coming out for Valentine's Day. I did do that little teaser. I'll show you. These are aromatherapy ones. Um, so this will be coming in the package for Valentine's Day. These are our bath bombs. These are aromatherapy. So it's meant to relax you. Also,
So I'm gonna be
for
relaxed.
Valentine's Day, we're coming out with our massage oil.
Oh, wow! Woo-hoo!
Um, and this right here, I'm telling you, not only does it feel good, it also has um, agents in it to promote you to relax, to release antioxidants. It's very, very moisturizing to your skin. And this is not scented as our body butters are. It has lavender and peppermint. And I can share, uh, it'll come with what lavender does for you and what peppermint does for you, what they do together. And trust me, you get a massage with this, you're going to be relaxed and you're going to sleep.
I might need two more. Yeah.
So we'll have these coming out, and this will come in different sizes as well. And so we have some other stuff coming out, but you have to stay tuned.
Yes.
Um, and that's just me dropping this. hey, hey, make the
Hey,
babies.
right.
Hey,
Hey, I
um,
tell you.
so we have a lot coming out for Valentine's Day. We bringing it. We brought it last year, and we bringing it even more this year. Okay, we will have a wig sale and a bundle sale because I do sell those as well. So we'll have those products on sale. Um, However, we are making baskets for you all for Valentine's Day. So you're gonna have to get on it because it's going to be a limited quantity. We also do have done parties, events. So if ever you have a little girl or anybody, you want bath bombs for her, whatever, all you have to do is reach out. You can find out. We have a business Facebook, which is Unique Royalty Hair. You can find us on there. You are able to go to the site and message us from there. And you can also email us at uniqueroyaltyhairllc@gmail.com. So, oh no, no. That's when we'll be like, Holy Spirit, activate. No,
Oh God.
listen, listen. No, we're not taking care of no child support. Y'all gonna have to take care of that on your own. Oh, but I could give y'all some pricing as well. So these are six by themselves, $6, or two for 10. Two for 10. Three for 15. This size, no matter whether it's a body butter or scrub, $10. $10. We have one size up that's 15. Beard balm, 12. If you ever catch us out or if you're signed up, if you go sign up, um, and become one of our VIP queens and kings, you could catch where I do random flash sales, and you can catch the stuff on sale at a really good price. I'm telling you, almost sometimes up to 50% off.
Oh
I'm
Jesus.
just saying. But you have that beside up to our email list to know that. Um, my voice trying to go out. Yeah. So the other stuff for Valentine's Day, it'll be a secret, and you will see that come out hopefully by Monday. If not, probably Wednesday. No later than Wednesday of next week. Um, and you don't want to hop on it. That's all I'm gonna say because it will go fast. Once I put it out,
Yeah.
it goes fast. And this is not just me saying this because I make the products and because it's mine. It really goes fast, like sold out fast. So I'm just telling you, when you see it drop,
Go ahead and go get it.
be
Mm-hmm.
on it. Um, we do have some upcoming events that we will be at. Those will be posted on our Facebook page. Facebook. We do have an Instagram as well. Unique underscore royalty underscore hair. You catch us there. Um, and I will be doing like random giveaways. I plan on doing a giveaway on this channel. Um, Probably when we have Tiffany, I'm going to be doing a random giveaway. So be here. Don't miss out. It is going to be here to win it thing. And we do have a group on Facebook called Restorative Transformation, which is my baby. That is a nonprofit organization that's in the works. And actually, this YouTube channel, what we're doing now, is a part of that. Um, Darryl and Latasha is our admins there. And so we all working together to just come together and to help other people, um, to promote a healthy mind,
Yeah.
a healthy body, just everything, all things health, right? And so we just want to help the community and give you a makeover, not just physically, mentally.
Mentally.
And so um, just bear with us as we get everything together. But go over there and make sure you like um, the Restorative Transformation page and more information. We do have a website, and that website is restorativetransformation.com. But I will leave all the links to everything in the description box of the video when I clip it in the comment section. But drop some comments. Let us know some conversations you want to hear here at Tiana the Miracle Talks. And I also would be doing a video um, of me. So if you have any questions you want to know about me, ask me. Drop them in the comment section below, and I will answer them honestly. and I'll be open and I'll be transparent. So with that being said, we're going to end this live stream and I hope to see you back soon. Let's chat it up in the comments. Peace.
Peace.